Welcome to this animated explainer where we're going to dive into the amazing world of life stories. Today, we're going on a journey to learn exactly how we write about people. Whether it's a famous historical figure, a brilliant scientist, or even you, everyone has a story worth telling. We're going to be looking at two very special ways to share these stories: biographies and autobiographies. Let's get into it. Have you ever just sat and listened to your grandparents talk about their childhood? Or maybe you've heard your parents share funny stories from when they were young. Imagine sitting around with your family and hearing about all the amazing things they did when they were exactly your age. Maybe your grandpa told you about his absolute favorite game, or your teacher shared the story of how they decided to become a teacher in the first place. Those wonderful shared moments? Well, those are life stories. So, what does this all mean? A life story is exactly what it sounds like. It's the story of someone's life from the very beginning all the way up to the present day. It includes all their experiences, the challenges they faced, and their biggest dreams. And here's the coolest part. Everyone has a unique life story. From famous scientists and superstar athletes to your teachers, your neighbors, and yes, even you. Your unique story is being written every single day. Section 1. Exploring biographies. Let's start by looking at how we write about the amazing lives of other people, which brings us to the biography. A biography is the true story of someone's life written by another person, and it's based entirely on real facts. Think of it like this. If your best friend decided to write a whole book all about where you were born, what your favorite hobbies are, and your biggest achievements in school, that book would be a biography. It's such an amazing way to learn how successful people overcame challenges and achieved greatness. Now, to write a great biography, we use a timeline to organize events from earliest to latest. It's like a giant puzzle mapping out someone's life. Here, we're looking at the incredible journey of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. We start right at the beginning, in 1931, when he was born in Rameswaram. Then we jump forward to his childhood, where he actually delivered newspapers to help out his family. Next, the timeline moves to his career as a brilliant aerospace scientist. Then, up to 2002, when he became the 11th president of India. Finally, it ends with his amazing legacy of teaching. A timeline just makes a biography super clear and easy to follow. When you're writing a biography, you kind of have to be an investigator. You've got to make sure you check all the boxes on our biography writing checklist. First off, everything must be based on true facts. Absolutely no making things up. Second, it has to be written in the third person, so you'll be using words like he or she. Third, it needs to follow chronological order, just like that timeline we saw. Fourth, it should definitely include important achievements and the tough challenges they faced. And finally, a really great biography always ends with a lesson we can learn from that person's life. Section 2. Writing your autobiography. All right, so what happens when you want to write about the most fascinating person you know? Yourself? Well, that brings us to the autobiography. An autobiography is the true story of your own life, written by you. When you write about your personal experiences, your feelings, your absolute happiest memories, and your biggest dreams for the future, you're creating an autobiography. Because you're the one writing it, you get to share your real emotions and exactly how you felt during those special moments in your life. Building your very own autobiography is a lot like climbing a staircase. You start right at the bottom step with the basics, introducing yourself and your family. Then you take a step up and describe your childhood and your school life. Next up, you share your hobbies and achievements, the things that make you super proud. Then you explain the challenges you faced and how you were brave enough to overcome them. Finally, you step all the way up to the top and write about your huge future goals and dreams. Sometimes staring at a blank page can be a little tricky, right? So you can use these handy sentence starters as your personal writer's toolbox. Simple phrases like, my name is, I was born in, or one of my favorite memories is, are absolutely perfect for unlocking your memories and getting your story flowing onto the page. And definitely don't forget to look ahead with, in the future, I hope to. Section 3, the showdown, biography versus autobiography. So how can we actually tell the difference between these two types of life stories? Well, the biggest clue is the pronouns. In our point of view showdown, an autobiography uses first-person pronouns. That means words like I, me, my, and we. Like, I love playing football. But a biography uses third-person pronouns because you're talking about someone else. That means using words like he, she, they, or his. For example, she discovered radium. Here's another massive difference: fact versus opinion. Biographies have to rely strictly on facts that can be proven true by a reliable source. For example, Marie Curie won 2 Nobel Prizes is a solid, proven fact. But in an autobiography, because it's your own life, you can absolutely share your personal opinions and feelings. An opinion is a personal belief, like saying blue is the nicest color or science is the most interesting subject. This table perfectly summarizes our showdown, showing exactly how these two amazing styles of storytelling compare side by side. If another person writes it using he or she based on hard research, it's a biography. But if you write it using I and me based on your very own personal memories, that's an autobiography, and you are the star of the whole shebang. Section 4, Interactive Classroom Quiz. Okay, it is time to put on your thinking caps. We're going to test what we've learned with a rapid-fire quiz. Here is question number 1. If a book tells the true story of your life, but it was written by your best friend, what is it called? Think about it carefully for a second. Someone else is writing the story about you. Did you guess it? It's a biography. That's right, because another person wrote it, it is a biography, even if the book happens to be all about you. Next question. Listen to this statement. Cristiano Ronaldo is a professional football player. Is that a fact or an opinion? Go ahead and shout out your answer. Is it a fact we can prove or just a personal feeling? Fact. Excellent job. It's a fact because we can easily prove with hard evidence that he plays professional football. Now, if the sentence said, Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest player ever, that would totally be an opinion. All right, last question. Which pronoun is used in an autobiography? Is it she or is it I? Think back to our point of view showdown. What word do you naturally use when you're talking about yourself? You got it. The answer is I. I is a first-person pronoun, perfectly suited for writing an autobiography where you're the main character. Section 5, the final recap. Let's bring all these incredible pieces together into one big picture. Whether you're researching a famous historical figure for a biography or writing down your own favorite memories for an autobiography, organizing the timeline and sticking to the right point of view is your key to success. And remember the big lesson here. We read and write life stories to inspire others, to preserve history, and to learn how to overcome challenges with real courage. We're going to end on this powerful thought. Every person has a unique story to tell, including you. You've totally mastered the basics of biographies and autobiographies today. So now I have to ask, what incredible achievements, happy memories, and exciting future dreams are you going to put into your very own autobiography? Start thinking about your story today.